Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new animated Netflix feature In Your Dreams. And this is directed by Eric Benson and Alexander Wu. And this film focuses on the story of Stevie and her little brother Elliot, who journey into the wildly absurd landscape of their own dreams to ask the Sandman to grant them the perfect family. And this stars Jolie Hoang-Rappaport, who plays Stevie, and Elias Jansen, who plays Elliot. Their parents, played by Shimu Liu and Kristen Milotti. And you have Craig Robinson, who plays their one stuffed animal, Baloney Tony. And you have the Sandman, you have Nightmare, you have these entities that are these big presence in the film. And first off, the animation of this, I think it's a decently looking film, and I think it has like rich detail, especially as it's bringing these vibrant dream worlds to life. There's a lot of color, there's a lot of elements to that. I think the character designs look good as well. It is a vibrant, colorful world, and also you capture some of like the darker elements when it's like we're in this nightmarish place. And like the Sandman's world with all the sand and everything. I think it's very interesting how they utilize music throughout the film. The Sandman's little world, depending on the tone that we're going with. It's like, Mr. Sandman. And then also, when they started playing Enter Sandman by Metallica, I'm just like, well, that was a choice in a kid's movie like this. But you have a lot of that pulpy kind of feel and tone to the film. I do think the film, over the course of these 90 minutes, has a good sense of humor at times and really captures that natural, like, sibling banter and playful, not always playful tension going on. But there's also real emotion here, and I think this film tackles, like, the kid's perspective of seeing their parents' relationship deteriorating and just desperately trying to ask questions and wanting to understand, and their parents keeping them at a distance. And there's a lot of emotional elements like that, and there's some scary elements to this. Like Nightmare's world, this big storm is pretty creepy. There's also like oddly like a bunch of jump scares in this, like things trying to scare you. You have like zombie food at one point, which was kind of wild. And this film has some very obvious cliches and one of those common tropes that are in a lot of kids' movies of like, someone who we thought would be helpful is a villain. And not everything is what it seems. Not everything is good as you think it's going to be. And I think that's a good lesson, and perfection is not the ideal. Nothing is perfect. But you get like this perfect dream world that's kind of eerie and creepy, and I think the film leans into that pretty well. Overall, the film deals in a lot of cliches, and you have the cliche, silly, comic relief, imaginary friend character, which Baloney Tony is a fun time, and Craig Robinson certainly commits to the bit. But I think the family, the voice actors do a really fine job. They feel like authentic, genuine performances, and you can feel the natural connection of this family, and also when that tension arises and it feels like that discomfort. I think this film, I appreciate where the film goes in terms of capturing those tensions. It's not the most fresh or most dynamic approaches to these types of themes and ideas, and I think it does lean on a lot of narrative beats that we are familiar from other films. But overall, I think it's a fine little film that has good humor, it has good heart, and I think it has some fun dream worlds brought to life, and a good cast that really ties the film together. But those are my thoughts on In Your Dreams. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.